What is it about Colombia that captures the heart, astonishes, and confounds anyone who visits it, even those who were born there? It is not merely the landscapes, the Caribbean beaches, the mountains that seem to touch the sky, or the vast jungles. Colombia is a country that pulses with its own energy, blending tradition and modernity as if they were secret ingredients of a magical recipe. But behind the geography and natural diversity lies a heart that beats with pride and strength. This is the heart of its women. To understand Colombia without speaking of its women is like reading only half of a book. So stay with us until the end. I will share something you have most likely never heard before. From indigenous rituals deep in the Amazon to women scientists and social leaders reshaping the country from the shadows. Get ready, this journey covers everything: history, culture, pride, and even a few jaw-dropping facts. Colombia is located in the corner of South America and is the only country on the continent washed by both the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. This not only gives the country incredible climatic variety, but also makes it a key hub for trade, history, and culture throughout the region. Its capital is. This city sits at an elevation of more than 2,600 meters above sea level. Here, the cold seeps into the soul, but art, music, and food warm the heart. The population of Colombia exceeds 50 million people, and the ethnic diversity is a true treasure. Indigenous peoples, Afro-Colombians, mestizos, as well as members of the and communities live side by side, giving the culture a unique blend. Yes, Colombia has endured severe conflicts, but it has also shown an incredible capacity for resilience and renewal. From the Andes to the Amazon, from the eastern plains to the Caribbean coast, Colombia is full of contrasts. One can have arepas for breakfast in, enjoy for lunch in, and eat fried fish for dinner in Cartagena. Each region has its own identity, its own way of speaking, celebrating life, and even its own accent. And the music, it is here that rhythms such as cumbia and were born, and all of them have conquered the world. And no, we will not delve into and empty stereotypes. We will speak seriously. The women of Colombia impress not only with their external beauty, but also with their strength, intelligence, leadership qualities, and influence in every sphere of society. For centuries, they have been the silent participants in profound changes across the country. They are often not mentioned in history textbooks, but they have always been present. From peasant women who sustain agriculture to academics, artists, politicians, and human rights defenders who fight under the most challenging conditions. Colombia takes pride in women such as its current vice president, an Afro-Colombian from a poor community who has dedicated her life to protecting nature and the rights of Black communities. There are also scientists like a pioneer of microbiology, or writers such as Laura who have brought the country international recognition. In many regions, women are the backbone of the local economy. For example, along the Caribbean coast, they run markets, manage family businesses, and raise the next generation by combining ancient wisdom with popular ingenuity. In the Colombian Amazon, women from indigenous communities are the keepers of traditional and medicinal knowledge passed down from generation to generation. Yes, challenges remain: unequal access to education, gender-based violence, and lack of political representation. But Colombian women do not stop. With each passing day, more women become leaders in rural areas. More women become engineers, digital entrepreneurs, and more voices rise from every corner of the country. Did you know that in Colombia there is a small town called San, founded by escaped enslaved people, where women play a key role in preserving the language, a unique mixture of Spanish and African languages? And in some communities in the north of the country, women are clan leaders. They make decisions and organize all community life. Colombia ranks among the top 5 countries in the world. There are more registered bird species in the country than anywhere else, over 1,900. There are about 50,000 species of plants and more than 1,600 fish species. In the River of 5 Colors, the water changes its hue thanks to a unique aquatic plant. This natural spectacle seems as if it came from another planet. And in the desert, the sky is so clear that it is one of the best places in South America for stargazing. Another astonishing fact: in Colombia there is a cathedral built right inside a salt mine in the town of. This underground temple lies at a depth of more than 180 meters and is recognized as an architectural gem of the country. And in the village the houses are decorated with bright bases that tell stories. Each is like a living painting, and the streets resemble a fairy tale. But let us return to the women. The lives of many Colombian women vary depending on the region. In the cities, they lead technology companies, teach at universities, work in science, and create digital content. In rural areas, they walk many kilometers to take their children to school, cultivate the land, and fight so as not to be driven out by violence. And despite everything, they continue to smile, to fight, and to dream. Because if anything distinguishes Colombian women, it is their resilience, their ability to stand firm when everything is falling apart, their joy that does not fade even in the most difficult times, and their voice, which sounds loudly with pride and with the desire to change everything for the better. Let us continue to explore this land, often viewed with prejudice or ignorance, yet hiding among its mountains, jungles, and coasts a wealth that exceeds all expectations. And beyond the landscapes, let us continue to pay attention to those who truly shape the soul of Colombia, its women. Meanwhile, here are a few more facts that may seem unbelievable. In Colombia, there is the National Park, such a remote territory that UNESCO recognized it as a World Heritage Site, and until recently it was almost unexplored. There, amid the pristine forest, more than 70,000 rock paintings have been found, some of which date back more than 20,000 years. Many images depict female figures, goddesses, and scenes of childbirth, indicating that since prehistoric times the image of the woman has been central to the spiritual worldview of these places. And speaking of spirituality, one cannot ignore the role of women in the rituals of indigenous peoples. In the Sierra Nevada, home of the Wiwa and peoples, women are considered spiritual pillars. They not only give life, but also balance the energies of the world through offerings, chants, and traditional ceremonies that remain alive to this day. But not everything is tied to the past. The present is also full of inspiring stories. For example, in sports, known as the Queen of BMX, has lifted the Colombian flag on the Olympic podium several times. Her discipline, strength, and charisma inspire thousands of girls across the country. In cinema, women such as, together with director, break boundaries with films like Embrace of the Serpent and Birds of the Summer Wind. These films not only showcase the cultural richness of the country, but also expose social injustices with depth and humanity. Did you know that Colombia is one of the main exporters of emeralds in the world? But few know that many of the workers in the mines are women. Despite harsh conditions, they have formed cooperatives to protect their rights, improve living conditions, and preserve the environment. And if you travel to the Pacific coast, especially to the department, where the Afro-Colombian population predominates, it is precisely women who have been the backbone of cultural resistance. Through songs, traditional midwifery practices, dances, and cuisine, the women have preserved an identity that refuses to disappear, even in the face of a lack of state support and armed violence. And finally, a little-known fact. In Colombia, there is a community called Las, composed exclusively of women forced to leave their homes because of the armed conflict. These women built their neighborhood with their own hands, brick by brick. Today, they are an example of self-organization, strength, and sisterly solidarity. And if you enjoyed this video, I want to ask you to give it a like and subscribe to the channel.